What's up, everybody? Anthony here, specialtymotorcars.net. Beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. What better could I be doing other than taking pictures of this beautiful 93 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham with 22,000 original miles. I'm absolutely excited to show you this car again. Again, I say again because I sold this car a year ago. Bought it back from the customer I sold it from after he relocated. And I'm excited to show you this car again and give somebody out there a second chance at owning this gorgeous 93 Cadillac. Let's take a look. And here she is, a beautiful black cherry, gorgeous, gorgeous car. Beautiful color combination, beautiful trimmings, beautiful miles, beautiful condition. Everything about this car is just beautiful. You know, there's some cars that you sell and you say, oh, wow, geez, enjoy. And there's some cars that you just always wonder about, hey, whatever happened? I'd love to have that car back. And this is one of those cars. I got the opportunity to buy this car back from the gentleman I sold it to last year. If you need a small recap, I'll give you one. I bought this car back in 2021, early spring, and I had picked this car up in Vermont. The second owners bought this car on eBay back in, I think, like 2003 or 2005. I have the original eBay ad in the car. They bought the car with 10,000 miles on it. In all the years that they had it, up until last year, they had only put about 10,000 additional miles on it. So this car, when I sold it last year, had 19,800 miles. As of today, it's 22,500 and change. And the car really hasn't changed. It's just as nice now as it was when I sold it. And it was, you know, just such a well-kept car that a little bit of driving, it didn't age this car one bit. 22,500 original miles. Beautiful dark cherry with a matching, not a matching, what am I talking about? Sunday, the heat's gotten to me. With beautiful tan, stay fast canvas top on the top of the car. All the chrome on the bottom, chrome wheels, Vogue tires, all the gold equipment, all the trimmings. This car is just an absolute gorgeous, gorgeous automobile. These cars, I haven't had one of these, I think. Well, shortly after I sold this one last year, I had another one in this similar color combination or style. It had a kind of a cranberry colored top on it right after I sold this car. I think that's the last one I've had since. So to get this one back, I'm really excited because these 93 to 96 Fleetwoods are really the last of the Mohegans. These are the last of the big ones. These are the last of the big body-on-frame, rear-wheel drive Cadillac sedans before they switched over to SUVs at the Arlington plant. And this car is just such a nice example that I'll buy this car back 100 times. These cars, just like the 90 and 92 Broughams, you can't duplicate or restore some of the intricate details of these cars. You know, one of those things is all the trim along the windows here. It's very common when these cars sit out in the sun for all this rubber weather stripping to shrink up and start falling off. This starts to lose its color. The spears start to shrivel up. I mean, just the condition of this cloth top tells you how loved this car was. This was a sheltered car. I lived a sheltered life. I mean, you can see how nice the canvas is. The stitching is in beautiful shape. All the gold ornamentation is really clean. Got a beautiful gold pinstripe down the side, and just the intricate chrome and all the you know, the emblems are in nice shape. Another telltale sign with these 93 to 96 Fleetwoods, and I always seem to point it out, is these reverse lights. If they're still clear like that, that means this car has lived a sheltered life. Get the sun coming out behind me and you can see the color on this car. Just absolutely pop. It's absolutely beautiful. Like I said, some of them you just take back as many times as need be. Usually that doesn't happen. I don't get that lucky. But in this case I did. So this car was sold new at Kelly Cadillac in Pennsylvania. That owner had it up until the second owners who I bought the car from. They had it, and then I had sold it. The gentleman that I sold it to brought it down to Bonita Springs, Florida. It lived in a gated community. It was in a garage its whole life down there. It was in a garage in Vermont. It was in a garage in Pennsylvania. So this car lived in garages. And she definitely appreciates it because like I said, all this intricate trim work and stuff like this is impossible to duplicate on these cars. You can see the paint absolutely gleaming on this car. She's had a fresh detail done on this thing, and it absolutely shines. Now I'm going to go around this car. I'm going to point out a few little nicks or chips or, I don't know, discrepancies. Mostly all stuff that was there last year when I sold this car. The car really hasn't changed. And I'm going to go around and show you some stuff for all the people who might not remember from last year. Beautiful paint on the hood. This car, I believe, is all original paint. I don't think this car has any paint work done to it whatsoever. It does have a few minor little chip there. Nothing really too crazy. The gold and the color and the hood ornament is in really nice shape. The gold on the Heritage badge. Front bumper, the impact strips are in really, really nice shape. The chrome is nice. It does have a couple little impressions on these bumper pads. I don't know if someone maybe had a tight garage. I don't remember that from last year when I had the car, but it's almost like it was parked up against something that left a few little impressions in it. You come down the fender here, the headlamp monitors, the chrome spears are in beautiful shape, no wrinkling there. I do believe last year I replaced the 2 quarter ones. These front ones, I believe, are original. Beautiful Vogue tire. Now, these wheels kind of throws people for a little bit of a curve. These wheels are original chrome Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham wheels. Picture it without this center cap. If you put the original style center cap on, that's the wheels. What they did when they dressed this car up at the dealership is they painted all these inlays with gold, and then they put a custom Vogue center cap on it. Otherwise, these are chrome factory Fleetwood wheels. Vogue tires that I put on last year have a date code of the 42nd month of 2020. Original windshield is in great shape. Again, that cloth top shows beautiful. All the stitching around the windows, everything is absolutely perfect. The gold even has the original tag still on it. Come down the side here, you can see no dings, no chips. Well, I take that back. A very tiny chip right on that door edge right there. Another custom built Vogue tire and that beautiful modified original style wheel. Come around the back here, you can see the stainless spears in real nice shape. Quarter is nice and straight. I mean, this car is just absolutely straight down both sides. Come around, nice bright lenses, bright work around the lenses. Sold new at Kelly Cadillac. I believe that's in Butler, Pennsylvania. I may be off on that. I know when I sold this last time, a few people had commented that they knew of Kelly Cadillac. But you can see all the button snaps are all gold plated. Rear windows in really nice shape. Deck lid shows really nice. Very minor fading with the gold emblems there. Again, those reverse lights show really, really well. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if there's some type of, maybe if there was gas that spilled on this that then stained this here. But the color, I mean, the gray is there. It's not faded, but it's just, you can see a little bit of discoloration going on there, and actually a little bit on the bumper molding here. Rear bumper is in really nice shape. Come down this side here. The only thing I remember last year with this cloth top is right up there in the center. You can see a little bit of a stain right there. I don't know, that was there when I had bought the car the first time. I don't know what it was. It looks like some type of oil stain, so assuming maybe at some point either in a garage. It's kind of weird, it's in that one spot. There's really no other stains on the top of this car. So I don't know what that could have come from. Now this rear wheel, you can see a little bit of corrosion in the pockets. I don't know what caused this one specific wheel to do that, but you can see here where some of the gold could use a little bit of a touch-up. Has the Vogue center cap with the Cadillac crest and wreath in the middle there. Fender skirts are in really nice shape. Now this also, I remember from when I had the car last year, you can see a little bit of a ding there. And then there was a little bit of discoloration. Have no idea what could have ever done that. Maybe it was a defect when the car, or when this panel was built. It's almost like the chrome has kind of worn off of it, which is really strange. Mirrors are in nice shape, no chipping or scratching. Another custom built Vogue tire. A few little minor spots of corrosion right in those pockets. But that rear wheel is definitely worse than this one here. I would say the worst of all of them. I don't think the other two even have corrosion. Again, this car just shows so well all the way around. Let's take a look inside, and then we're going to take this 93 Fleetwood on the road. All right, let's take a look inside this Fleetwood. If you think the outside is gorgeous, you're going to love the inside. But before we do, hit that like button. I absolutely, totally, most definitely appreciate a like, a thumbs up, a subscribe, a something. Helps me out, helps the world see these beautiful cars, and I totally appreciate it. Let's take a look. This is like stepping back in time. Driving a car like this, you know, there are nice ones out there with 50, 60, 70,000 miles. But 22,000 miles, this car is literally out of the wrapper, right? And it just shows. All the interior is absolutely beautiful. The leather, the side bolsters, where all these seats all wear out, is in absolutely phenomenal condition. You can smell, you can feel like you're stepping back in time and buying a brand new 93 Fleetwood Brougham. Let's take a look inside, show you all the door jambs, see all the anodizing still on the locks, the original stickers. You just look at how nice and clean inside those jambs are. All the gaskets, even the carpeting is just absolutely beautiful. There's no heel marks, no stains, no funny odors. Like I said, this car smells like new inside. Even this B-pillar here, where all the time these things are wiped out, this one is in phenomenal shape. Original, beautiful leather, super soft, super supple. Leather wrap steering wheel is absolutely perfect. All the stitching is present. The pulp you can still feel in the leather. Dash pad, again, real common spot for wear and cracking and damage. No cracking, no sun fade. Again, a true testament to how this car was kept, how this car was maintained. All the heated seat functions. You have three-way lumbar, which I believe is 1993 only. All the switch panel is absolutely perfect. Get into the back seat here. Jam is absolutely beautiful. You can see a little bit of covering over here. This is from the aftermarket cloth top. Kind of cuts down that rear window a little bit, but it gives it a nice limousine style look. All the wood trim here. You flip these ashtrays open. Ashtrays are nice and clean. No boogers, no Cheerio wrappers, nothing has ever been in the back seat of this car. You can see beautiful carpet. Still has that nice factory fresh sheen. All the leather, super soft, super supple. You got the seat back pockets here, oscillating or adjustable headrests in the back here, shoulder belts in the middle, lap belt down here. Flip this out, you got a giant cup holder and little storage compartment. Absolutely giant rear shelf. It's like a couch back here. This back seat is literally like a couch. I had a 96 Fleetwood like this in high school, and if back seats could talk, my back seat and my 96 Fleetwood would tell you a lot of cool things. A lot of memories. Jam here. I mean, just look at how shiny the paint is inside the door jamb. I mean, I get these cars cleaned up, but this is just from not being touched, not being, caked on with oil or grease or anything. Again, in the rear shelf there, beautiful. Rear seat is absolutely beautiful. Seat belts, leather. You can feel the leather. Again, that carpeting. I just absolutely love fresh carpeting like this. Again, another seat back pocket. Seat belts. Everything is just absolutely perfect. Now, the cool thing with Fleetwood Brougham package cars, climb back here. You can see we have dual lighted vanity mirrors. Really cool. I think that's a Brougham package only. Come up to the front door here. Again, inside that jamb is just absolutely perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You can see the AC is working overtime today on this car, and I even got it on low. Again, that B pillar is absolutely perfect. Carpeting. You just can't get the carpeting to be fresh like this. You can see the sheen in the carpet. Beautiful dash pad, no cracks, no sunwear. Usually right on the sides here is where it starts to show the sun. It's also where you get the cracks from just getting in and beating on this corner here. Absolutely nothing like that in this car. Leather, again, is super soft and supple. You have your heated seat, high and low, and then you can get this thing toggled off. Lumbar, power recliner. And I love on these Brougham package cars how they have this natural kind of like ripple effect to the leather. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. All the wood, chrome buttons, the little speaker pods, power door adjustments for the power seats. Pop open that glove box. You have a trunk button here. You have the original owner's literature. All right, let's jump behind the wheel. All right, as I sit in air-conditioned, climate-controlled comfort with this car just spitting out ice cubes, I always like to show you what I have for keys and for remotes. Let me shut those lights off. I have, on this car, I have two sets of keys, a set of gold keys. We'll flip that over there. Actually, a couple gold keys. Two remotes, a little bit of wear on the buttons on these remotes. Looks like maybe someone used their fingernail a little too much, but they do work. Two master ignition keys, three master ignition keys, and a door key. And these are all chipped VATS keys. Let's start it up. 22,587 miles on this 93 Fleetwood. We're going to put that back down on low. We have Twilight Sentinel, your interior dash dimming for the dashboard lights. Shut that Twilight off. All four windows, your power door locks, your little tweeter speakers there. We do have dual power seats with tilt options and even memory. That signature Cadillac Fleetwood trumpet horn. Rear automatic dimming rearview mirror. Little sunglass holder. This would be for your garage door opener. We do have dual vanity mirrors in here. Before I stray too far though, let me show you just what I have in paperwork here, and if I can get it with one hand. This, I know I showed you this last time, but I just think it's so cool, and it's still kept with the car. This was the original eBay ad from 4/27 of 03, when this car was purchased with 10,600 miles on it. It was sold out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania from a used car dealership. Sold for $13,000 back in 2003, which to me, I think that was a lot of money for a 93 Fleetwood back in 03, but you know, hey, whatever. But the people that bought this car just absolutely thought it was too nice to be driven, and I'm glad they thought that, because otherwise it wouldn't look as good as it does. But yeah, you can see here, Kelly Cadillac, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Never driven in rain and snow. Eye-catching car. Obviously, we know that. And there's the pictures of it. The cool thing that I think with this here is you can see here, bidding is closed for this item. Pay using PayPal or money order or cashier's check. That was like probably when PayPal was just originally just starting to come out, and we were still sending everybody money orders. This is the original Pennsylvania title from the first owner. These are pictures here of actually when I shipped the car down to Florida, when this car went down to Naples. These are the original pictures here. Top loaded. That was kind of scary for me, seeing the car go up on the rack there. And this is kind of cool. This is the build sheet I found. Some of this stuff is all gibberish. I don't know what this means. These are all option codes and stuff as this car went down the line. But you can see here the VIN number up at the top there, body drop, end of line. It must have been like just as it went down, people would check that list off and be able to, you know, add appointments to these cars as the car went down the line, which I think is absolutely cool. Now, 1993 for these Fleetwoods, there's a 1 year only 350, which is a throttle body 350. Unlike the 94, 5, and 6, which is the LT1 350, this is basically the 350 out of like a 92 Brougham or a 91 Brougham. The LT1 is a little bit different, still a 350. The thing that I like about this 350 is it's a lot more serviceable. It doesn't have the Opti spark where the distributor is stashed right behind the water pump. It'll give you all kind of troubles there. This is a nice cruising car. It gets up and goes. And you can see under the hood just how nice all under the hood is. Ice cold air conditioning. She's freezing out here. All the fender liners, real common for those to start rusting and bubbling around the fasteners. I did put a new AC Delco battery in it last year, along with a brand new alternator. But this thing is just pumping ice cubes. Underhood light works. All the underhood insulation is in nice shape, not all chewed up or anything like that. All the, you know, the radiator support, all the nuts, bolts, fasteners, even the jugs are nice and clean. Still has the original tag from when you're cleaning your rubber wiper blades. This car is just absolutely beautiful in every respect. Under the hood, under the car, in the car. Obviously, I couldn't have closed that any more clumsily. There we go. Let's take a look inside the trunk. Now inside the trunk here, you can see all the trim is nice and clean. All up on the top here. It does have the power pull down feature along with the locking gas door lid. Oh, did I miss that one? Let's try this one more time. There we go. Locking gas door lid. It has beautiful set of factory floor mats, freshly shampooed, full-size spare tire. All the trunk liner is in really nice shape. Has the original trunk mat underneath those floor mats. You can see all inside the jam here, just like the door jams in the car. It's absolutely beautiful. The original option tag here on the trunk. I mean, just look at how clean all this is. Absolutely beautiful. One touch, click it, pulls it right down. Let's take it for a spin. Now, I remember selling this car last year. I think when I was doing the video of this car last summer, I listed this car right around the 4th of July, and I remember the 4th of July weekend very well, because that 4th of July weekend, I took my mother and father up into the White Mountains along with my daughter and my wife, obviously, and we went for a beautiful North Conway, White Mountains, New Hampshire weekend getaway. And that was the last time we went up there. We were going to go this year, but unfortunately the hotel that we usually stay at burned down in the springtime of this year. 22,587 miles. And this car just gobbles up the road. These big rear-wheel drive Fleetwoods, I mean, they were dinosaurs back then. They were at the end of the line. But there's no argument, there's no doubt that these Fleetwoods are the Big Daddy Caddy, I mean, just the pinnacle of these rear-wheel drive Brohams that just absorb the road, give you that traditional Cadillac ride, feel, you know, just, this one made Cadillac. And it's really too bad that they since discontinued making actually real Cadillacs and soon to be all electric, because this to me is a Cadillac. Today's Cadillac is not what Cadillac really is. But you cruise this thing down the road and she's smooth as butter. Shifts through all the gears beautifully. Power antenna works. Radio.
Front.
And if you mash it down, she still has some get up and go to get you where you need to go. This is such a pleasure cruiser. Price of this car is going to be $20,995. Last year when I sold this car sold real quick, and the gentleman that had it got a great car and loved this car. And I'm excited to see this car find its next owner and start hopefully a longer tradition with somebody who's going to take care of this car. This car needs to be garaged, it needs to be loved, and I know I can't choose the next owner of these cars. But I feel that I connect with these cars and I connect with the next owners. I would like this car to connect with somebody who has a garage, who's going to love this car and treat it just as it has throughout its entire existence. I mean, this car is closing in on 30 years old, and it's lived an existence like, and shows like a 2-3-year-old car, really. This car has been loved from everybody who's put their hands on it, and this car needs to continue that, because there aren't a lot of them out there like this anymore. And this is a nice, original, beautiful, well-detailed, well-deserving 93 Fleetwood. Again, any questions, 978-930-1004. Totally appreciate you all for watching. Thanks, and we'll talk to you on the next one.